Welcome to another guide to, with me, MrSealyp. The JCB 3000 Xtra FOREST. This is a new mod out today from Maaslandmods. There is also from Maaslandmods out today the lizard parking stand. That kind of comes with this, and I'll explain that in a moment. In the background, this is the bonus. So you're getting a bonus on this one. The thumbnail just showed the Fastrac, but I'm going to put a couple of other mods in with it as well. We have got by Mat26 the Metaltech TS22 and the TS22 with extra sides trailer, and then from Agrartechnik Nordeifel there's the roll-off container, like an IT runner container trailer. I mean, they don't really require an entire guide to on their own, but I thought I'd throw them in with this as well because I'm doing it. But this little beauty, whoa, what a gem. This is the Forest edition because it has this on the back. I have to say, for quite some time with the JCB Fastrac 3000 having that flat bit on the back, I did wonder why no one had done any mods for things that could go on there, like an extra tank or something that would fit in that and get up there. And well, this is it. It's rather awesome, and it says extra on the top there, which is rather cool. This is the standard one, and we're going to have a look in a second at the other one because the other one just looks awesome. If you can work out a way of lifting this slightly, I don't know why you'd ever buy the normal one anymore. So let's have a quick look in store. Under tractors, and we've got the JCB 300 Xtra. It doesn't say Forest on it, but it is the Forest version. That's what it was pegged as in the Modhub. So it's 195 horsepower standard, top speed of 43 miles an hour, 165,000 to buy. That's exactly what the standard one is. So you're getting the same price, same horsepower, same speed, but you get the addition of the crane on the back, which is, I think, pretty cool. Options: the 3200, 3200, which is 195 horsepower, or the 3230, which is 230 horsepower. That's an extra 17,500. Wheel setup: you've got standard, wide, which were the only two options available on the standard version. Now you've got twin wheels, and it looks good with twin wheels. Rim colour, as you've always had with the JCB, that kind of grey colour, and the JCB yellow. Very nice indeed, you say. Let's have a look at one, shall we? Oh wow, that looks so cool. I don't know what it is about it, that wide stance. Just some tractors it works on, some it looks a little bit odd. I think with the wides on, is it lower, or is that just me imagining things? Does it seem to sit lower to the ground? Maybe. Mind you, that's got wides on, so it could be their standards but twins. If they're wider, maybe they've got a higher sidewall. That does kind of look like the case, maybe. Anyway, as I said, as part of this pack out today from Maaslandmods, there's the parking stand as well. If you install this, the parking stand installs with it. But you can install the parking stand on its own if you want to. So you don't have to have the JCB 3000 Xtra FOREST. You can just have the stand if you want to. So we're going to have a look at both those in a minute. I've put a couple of them on the Massey just to show you. But anyway, let's have a quick look. Well, I mean, looking around it, it's a very tidy mod. Very neat, very tidy. I want to have a look inside as well. Very neat, tidy interior. If I turn on the lights, unfortunately, on the console version, no lights come on inside on the interior. Start it up. From inside, you can't really hear very much at all. The lights, I have to say, are pretty good on it. There's a kind of, I don't know, a menace to it. I don't know what it is. It looks really cool. But I have to say, no, it's weird because it looks like there's a light on the arm there, lights on there, but they haven't come on, so I don't know if they are. But To operate the crane is the same usual crane controls. L1 and your right mushroom will give you up, down, left, right. Now what I have found, I've got my arm sensitivity turned up to 125%, which I find for most vehicles is adequate. It's quick enough without it being stupidly fast. This seems incredibly slow. So what I'm going to try is I'm going to put my vehicle arm sensitivity up to 200. That doesn't seem any faster. Or maybe a little bit. See if I can go up even further. 300%. That's as high as it's going to go. That's a bit better. Yeah, it was incredibly slow on a standard setting. So I think, yeah, possibly you might have to turn that up a little bit because it seems quite slow. So L1 will do up, down, left, right. If I do R1 and right mushroom, you've then got your... Let's get this up a little bit. You've then got your arm. Let's get that the right way. Bring that up. So left and right on the mushroom gives you in and out, and up and down, which is hard to do up and down without getting both in the way. Your up and down function like so. So if I then go in and out, you get quite a reach on this actually. That's rather impressive. But I say, and that's not too bad actually. 300% seems quite controllable. You can go fairly slow on the stick or quicker on the stick if you want to. I do like the fact you're getting a lot of rock on the suspension as that's moving. So on the suspension, the chassis, on the tyres, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of movement there as I'm going up and down. And that is one of the reasons why you need the parking stands. Because if I now swing that out to the side, look at the lean on that tractor. Now there's quite a bit of lean on there, and that's without even having a log in its grasp. Now, if I do L1, R1 and then my stick, I can turn the head and I can open the head up and close the head, like so. Now I think this is the bit where having it turned up higher is going to prove a little bit harder to control. So, somebody very kindly has brought some logs over. Well, nice of them. And this is just to demonstrate what I was just talking about. Now admittedly it's at full extent, and that's, you know, would you realistically do it at full arm extent? Maybe not. Yeah, that is a little bit harder to do on 300%. But anyway, let's drop that down. Don't want to get both logs in, so let's... That's better. So L1, R1, twist that a little bit, close that up. Now as soon as I lift that, look at the lean on that tractor. That is crazy. I mean, really crazy. It looks epic, looks really epic, but it's pretty crazy. Anyway, so let's drop that, shall we? If I get the right control. There we go. So what I'll do, just bring that in and around, and then we'll get that up, swing it. Now like I say, you've got enough room, which is nice, with the 3-point link on the back to still attach trailers and stuff on. So you're getting all of that, plus the ability to have twin wheels for the same price, same horsepower, same speed as the standard one. So I think that's pretty good actually. So, the twin wheeled version, I mean that just looks awesome because it's got twin wheels. That leans exactly the same way. These parking stands are brilliant, and here's why. Now these cranes, I'll be honest with you, let's put it on the actual vehicle. These cranes I've always found to be a bit of a nemesis. I don't get on particularly well with them, whether on wood chippers or on vehicles and that kind of thing. I find them a little bit awkward to use, and that's just me. I mean, to be fair, with practice it gets a lot better. So I'll swing the crane arm around and we'll see what I mean. Again, let's Get the right one. Yes, it was 300% on. That is quite fast. So spin that round. Open it up. Drop it down. Let's grab that one again. Not quite in the centre, but see what I mean? There's that lean on there. So what these do, if I switch to the back one, on the 3-point linkage, you've got a bit of control here over these kind of A-frame stands. If I put it down to about, let's say, I don't know, there, and press X. Now you don't have to have it that high, because you don't need to necessarily lift it completely off the ground, like so. You're not jacking it up to do any work on it, but you can just get it off the ground enough that it stabilises the frame. So if I now switch to the front one, press X, and now that flex and roll in the body's gone. That's now giving you a much more stable platform, and this now operates. That could have done with a little bit of tidying up, but you'll notice now. Oh, hang on. I need to be back on the vehicle. There we go. As we're moving that around, there's no movement in the tractor anymore. I can extend that right out, like so. Let's go right out. And those frames, parking stands, well, it doesn't help the fact it's up on the ground, hurts on the ground. It makes it an incredibly stable platform now. That's a cool piece of kit. I like that a lot. Let's pull that back in, shall we? Before I do any damage with that log. Let's try and tidy that up a little bit, shall we? There we go. Oh, I've got to remember. That's the biggest thing, is remembering to go from the front 3-point linkage. When you've done that, back to the vehicle. There we go. Now you can move it around. That's in essence, that's it. The forestry version with the crane, the A-frames keep it off the ground, give you a much more stable platform. I like this mod. I like it a lot. I love the twin wheels. I think it looks brilliant. I have got, like I say, the arm sensitivity's turned up to 300. That might be a bit excessive. Slowing it down a little bit gives you a little bit more control. It makes it easier to use, and to be fair, makes that whole system a lot easier. But there you go. The JCB Fastrac 3000 Xtra FOREST by Maaslandmods with the parking stands. Very neat, very tidy. I like it a lot. Good job indeed. So, moving on from that. If you just buy the A-frames, the parking stands on their own, you can do exactly the same thing. I can drop it down, press X, and lift it off the floor. We'll go to the back one, give it a bit of a twist. Bring it down a bit if I want to, depends how high up you want it to go. And there you go. Why you would want to put your Massey Ferguson off the ground like that, I have no idea. I mean, maybe you just feel that it might be an interesting thing to do. There are various different bits of equipment in game that might benefit from having this. Or if you've just decided you want to do some work on your vehicle, change the tyres, change the wheels, whatever you want to do, without having to jack it up on a lift or anything like that, maybe this is the way to do it. I don't know, but they're quite cool. Nice little addition. So moving on, we have got from Agrartechnik Nordeifel the roll-off container. This is an IT runner. Well, it's just a container really. There's nothing much more to it than that. There's a slight where is it? It's an oddity. We'll call it an oddity. In here, if you look at it, it says Lizard roll-off container 28,000, which to be fair isn't bad for a 42,000 litre container. However, it says 4,200 litres. Now I'm assuming that's a typo. It takes all the crops as it would do normally. I'm assuming it's 42,000 litres. If we scroll across now to find another 40,000 litre one, that's the Joskin 40,000, that's 35,000 to buy. You've got the 45,000, the 48,000 litre, 42,000, 45,000 to buy. To be fair, for 28 grand, it's not a bad price. Not a bad price indeed. But here's the thing: 28,000 for a used version. If you want a new one, it's 40,000. So it depends if you want a brand spanking, gleaming looking one, or you don't mind a used one with a few chips, scrapes, dings and dents and that kind of things in it. I mean, this is a used one. I didn't go for a new one. It doesn't look in too bad a state. It's pretty good actually. But there you go. That's the roll-off container. And then lastly, from Mat 26, in this slightly unusual guide too, but never mind, we've got these Metaltech trailers, the TS22s and the TS22 with extra sides. Obviously that's the Metaltech kind of design you're used to, and colour scheme that isn't so much. But we'll have a quick look in store at these two as well. Actually, these sound very tidy, very neat looking mods. The textures seem a little bit not flat. Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It's hard to explain. It looks almost like a toy. I don't know if that's just me. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, we'll have a look in store. Let's have a look at them rather than me just waffle on about it. So here we are, the Metaltech TS22 and the TS22 with high sides. The TS22 is 22,000 litres and TS22 with high sides is 31,000 litres. Again, 28,000 for a 31,000 litre trailer. If we go back down, so we can find one with 31,000. I think the Joskin is 31. Yeah, 31,000 for 35,000. So it's 7 grand cheaper, which isn't bad. Not bad at all actually. But options available. You can have it standard or with a rear trailer hitch, so you can hook more than one together. You've got, I assume you can hook more than one together, or it might be a different type of trailer, I'm not sure. Main colour, you can have it the one that's the standard that you're used to, or the blue, which is the one I've got on the right hand side, on the high sided one. Wheel setup, standard or wide. And then design colour, you can have it, like I say, the green we're used to for Metaltech, or the yellow that I've done the yellow and blue together. You could do a combination of all sorts. If I go for that one, the main colour with red and yellow, let's lease one of those and see what that looks like, shall we? And if I go to main colour blue and change that back to green, let's get one of those as well. We'll have a quick look. So obviously that's the yellow with blue. So there's a few different options you can go for. The green, they're a bit garish, aren't they? Let's be honest. Yellow and red's not bad. Not a bad looking colour. So we'll have a quick look at those tipping. That's interesting. Right, let's drop that down. Let's lift that up and drop it off. There we go. Right. Now the smaller of the two, the TS22, doesn't have a cover, but the one with high sides does. So look up to that. Cover on. Cover off. Nice little detailing with the elastics. Quite like that. And when we tip with this, the side, these little side hooks undo. So if I do tip, they undo, and it all starts to move. It's very neat, very tidy. Actually, I'm going to see if I can hook this up. I think it might only hook up the other type. I can never remember the different names. It might hook up. We'll see. No. So the trailer hitch on the back, because it's a pin one, that'll work on the ones that have got like is it a pin joint, a pin hook? I know these ones are a ball joint, aren't they? Anyway, yeah, so these won't hook together, but you can hook different types of trailers onto the back with the trailer hitch on them if you want to. Like I say, the trailers are trailers. It's just nice sometimes to have a quick look at them. The essence of the guide too was on this little beauty, and I'll come back to this again. Like I say, I like it a lot. It looks awesome. Looks absolutely fantastic bit of kit. Really, really nice tidy mod from Maaslandmods. But that's it from me on this slightly unusual guide to normal. I hope you have enjoyed it, found it useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.